Why, hey there, Crazy X Zero here, and today I'm bringing you some Call of Duty 4. It's a free-for-all I had on Ambush. I'm using the P90 silenced with bandolier stopping power and extreme conditioning. And the reason I'm playing Call of Duty 4 is because Modern Warfare 2 ain't cutting it now. I've been getting really pissed off at Call of Duty 6. Mainly because, no, there's not even a specific reason. There's so many reasons. But Call of Duty 4 honestly isn't my first game that I played of the Call of Duty series. That was actually Modern Warfare 2. Therefore, I still don't know all the maps and stuff. So you might see that throughout. Just the way I move around the maps might be a little bit inexperienced, and it might show in my gameplay. But anyway, I just recently got back from vacation. I went to Cancun. And for those of you who don't know, Cancun is in Mexico. You should know that though. And to be honest, I thought Cancun was going to be a lot better than it was. Pretty much, the story is we got there. We were staying at a all-inclusive, really nice resort. We got there, everything was really nice, it looked really pretty. And we got to our room, and the first thing we had just been on the plane for however long. First thing we did when we got back was we ordered room service because that was included in the all-inclusive aspect of this. So we ordered room service, and I got like a hot dog. And I don't know what my parents got or any of that, but it was pretty disgusting. You can tell that Mexico definitely has some way different food than we do. But yeah, it was pretty terrible. But that was one of the big worst things about the trip, was the food was just terrible. It tasted like, oh my god, it was indescribable. Later that night we went to a place where they served only meat, and that meat was the worst meat I've ever tasted. And I'm not sure how many of you have heard this, but the worst place to get Mexican food is actually in Mexico. They had a Mexican food restaurant there. We all went there, and it was inedible. It was terrible. It was the worst food you've ever eaten. So my advice, if you're going to Cancun for the food, like I was really looking forward to because I like my food, if you're going there for the food, don't. First thing to say, don't go there for the food. There's a couple other things to do. Keep in mind we couldn't leave the resort because we didn't have a rental car, and basically to leave the resort you had to ride on a bus. The bus only went like a couple of places, like to the swimming with dolphins place and the airport and stuff. So we couldn't leave the hotel, and there wasn't a ton of stuff to do at the hotel. The one obvious thing that there was to do was swim. They had a really nice swimming pool out there. So we swam a few days. The other thing that you could, there's pretty much two other things that you could do. You could play mini golf. And mini golf is kind of cool, but mini golf gets old super fast. And the other thing you could do is ride bikes. And the bike trail is super short and super crappy, so we didn't do that. Excuse me. So yeah, we didn't do any of that. Pretty much there was nothing to do. I stayed in my room all the time. And what we did about the food though is there's one spot right by the pool they made some decent pizza. It was okay. It wasn't very great, but it was edible. I must have had that 6 or 7 times throughout the trip. And pizza can get old fairly fast when you eat it 2 out of 3 meals a day. So yeah, that's pretty terrible. But eventually we got out of there. We stayed there like 4 days, and it was it was probably the worst vacation I've ever had. But we stayed there about 4 days, and we finally got out of there. And on the way back, guess who I sat in front of? Probably about a 4-year-old kid who looked like Dora the Explorer. Yay! No, not at all. She kept kicking my seat, and probably the most miserable flight I've ever been on, to top off the most miserable vacation I've ever been on. And my parents kept telling me that it was payback because I was annoying them earlier in the day. But it was terrible. The flight was just absolutely terrible. There's a little crack in between the back of your seat and the bottom of your seat. And this Dora the Explorer girl kept sticking her toes up in the little crack and touching my buttocks, and I didn't like that. But that guy got a nasty hit mark around me. I'm sure that was a no-scope. That must have sucked for him. Yeah, just overall bad trip. Don't go to Cancun, and hope you don't sit in front of kids. Now I'm gonna stop that for a second and point out this airstrike. Just watch. Just wait. And 1, 2, 3. Quadruple airstrike in free-for-all. Thought that was nice. But guess what? The host ends the game. I was 1 kill away from winning. I hope that doesn't bother you guys. Consider it a 1 win because my helicopter would have gotten me a kill. But that's it. See you guys.